Once upon a time, in a small village, near a deep green forest, lived a poor woodcutter with his two children, Hansel and Gretel. Hansel was clever and brave. Gretel was kind and thoughtful. Even though their family didn't have much money, the children loved each other very much. One year, food became very scarce. The woodcutter was worried because he didn't know how to feed his children. One evening, Hansel overheard the adults talking about leaving the children in the forest because they had no food left. Hansel gently held Gretel's hand and whispered, "Don't worry, I will find a way." That night, Hansel secretly collected small white pebbles from outside their house and filled his pocket. The next morning, their father sadly took them deep into the forest. As they walked, Hansel quietly dropped the shiny pebbles along the path. When it became dark, the children were alone. Gretel felt scared, but Hansel smiled and said, "Look at the moon." The moonlight made the pebbles shine like little stars on the ground. The children followed the glowing trail and safely returned home. But the food problem didn't end. After some time, they were taken into the forest again. This time, Hansel dropped breadcrumbs instead of pebbles. Sadly, the birds ate the crumbs, and when night came, there was no path to follow. The children wandered through the forest, hungry and tired. After walking for hours, they saw something amazing. A small house made of gingerbread, candy, chocolate, and sugar windows. "Is this real?" Gretel whispered. They were so hungry that they carefully broke off small pieces to eat. Suddenly, the door creaked open. An old woman stood there. She smiled sweetly and said, "Oh, dear children, come inside. You must be hungry." At first, she seemed kind. She gave them warm food and soft beds to sleep in. But the old woman was actually a witch, who loved to trick children. She locked Hansel in a cage, and made Gretel cook and clean. The witch wanted to make Hansel fatter, but Hansel was clever. When the witch asked to check if he was fat enough, he showed her a small bone instead of his finger. The witch's eyesight was poor, so she believed he was still too thin. One day, the witch grew impatient. "I will cook him today," she said. She told Gretel to check the oven. "I don't know how," Gretel said bravely. "Can you show me?" The witch leaned forward to look inside the oven. And quickly, Gretel gave her a gentle push. The door closed, and the children were finally free. They found treasures inside the witch's house, gold coins and sparkling jewels. They filled their pockets and hurried back through the forest. Soon, they found their way home. Their father was overjoyed to see them. He had been very sad and had searched for them everywhere. With the treasure, the family never went hungry again. Hansel and Gretel had learned to be brave, clever, and to always look out for each other. And from that day on, they lived happily together.